6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has arrived in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan to attend the Council of Heads of State of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. China will provide $1 billion for various projects of socio-economic development in the country. The foreign minister says development of the entire region is linked to peace in Afghanistan. The Indian authorities have blocked a prominent human rights group to release a report regarding human rights violations in occupied Kashmir. Dozens of crew members aboard 2 oil tankers have been rescued in the Gulf of Oman after being hit by explosions. The Russian lawmakers have warned that a new American military deployment to Poland will force Moscow to take retaliatory steps. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan reached Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan to attend the 19th meeting of the Council of Heads of State of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The Prime Minister was received by his Kyrgyz counterpart, Muhammad Ali Abilghaziev, and Kyrgyz Minister for Health, Kozmosbek Serievich Cholpanbayev. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmoud Qureshi and Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Youth Affairs Mohammad Usman Dar are accompanying the Prime Minister. The invitation to the Prime Minister was extended by Kyrgyz President Suranbay Jeenbekov, who would chair the Council of Heads of State meeting. The leaders of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, member and observer states, as well as representatives of important international organizations, will attend the meeting. A number of decisions will be approved by the leaders, besides signing of agreements to intensify cooperation in diverse fields. The Prime Minister will have bilateral interaction with other participating leaders on the sidelines of the meeting. Since becoming an SCO member in 2017, Pakistan has been actively participating at all levels in various Shanghai Cooperation Organization mechanisms, including foreign affairs, defense, national security, economy and trade, education and healthcare, innovation, youth and women empowerment, justice, agriculture, culture, sports, tourism and media. Besides Pakistan, Shanghai Cooperation Organization members comprise China, Russia, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. The SCO observers include Afghanistan, Iran, Belarus, and Mongolia. The Council of Heads of State is the highest forum of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which considers and defines strategy, prospects, and priorities of the organization. The Senate Special Committee on China-Pakistan Economic Corridor was informed today that Pakistan is the first recipient of the newly formed Chinese International Development Cooperation Agency, under which China would provide a grant of $1 billion for various projects of socio-economic development. Briefing the committee, the Secretary Planning, Zafar Hassan, said China would provide the grant in 2 stages, and under the first stage, the country would invest $200 to $300 million in 16 small social projects, while the remaining amount would be issued in 3 years' time. The meeting of the committee was presided over by the chairperson, Senator Shehri Rahman, which was also attended by Minister for Planning, Development and Reforms Makhdoom Khusro Bakhtiar. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmoud Qureshi has said Pakistan will continue to play its reconciliatory role in the Afghan peace process. Talking to the American Shahzad to Pakistan in Islamabad today, he said development of the entire region is linked to peace in Afghanistan. The Federal Minister for Religious Affairs, P. Nurul Haq Qadri, has said Pakistan is a completely safe country for all minority communities. Addressing a ceremony in Karachi today, he said minorities of the country are completely free to perform their religious rituals. He said no discrimination has been made with any minority in the country, and they have full rights and freedom according to Islam and the Constitution of the country. This is Radio Pakistan. The Indian cabinet has extended the president's rule in occupied Kashmir for 6 more months. A meeting of the cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave its approval for the extension of the president's rule, which has been continuing in occupied Kashmir since 20th of December 2018. After the Indian cabinet's nod, President Ramnath Kovind will sign the proclamation for the imposition of president's rule in Kashmir, and it will come into effect on 3rd of July this year. It is pertinent to mention here that the Indian government had imposed president's rule for the third time in occupied Kashmir on 20th of December 2018. Earlier, the territory was under the governor's rule after the collapse of the People's Democratic Party, Bharatiya Janata Party regime last year. The Indian authorities have blocked a prominent human rights group from holding an event in the Indian-occupied Kashmir to release a report regarding human rights violations in the held territory. The report, titled Tyranny of a Lawless Law, Detention Without Charge or Trial under the Public Safety Act, was later released online. The report documents human rights abuses in occupied Kashmir by the Indian authorities. The 35-page report analyzed cases of 210 detainees held under the Jammu and Kashmir Public Safety Act. Terming the act a draconian legislation, the report says it circumvents the criminal justice system in occupied Kashmir to undermine accountability, transparency, and respect for human rights. Dozens of crew members aboard 2 oil tankers have been rescued in the Gulf of Oman after they were hit by explosions. According to reports, 21 people were on board the Panama-flagged Kokuka Courageous and 23 on the Marshall Islands-flagged Front Altair. The cause of the explosion is being ascertained. The Saudi-led coalition has said it will take stern action to deter the Yemeni Houthi rebels after they carried out a missile attack on Abha airport in Saudi Arabia, injuring 26 people. In a statement, the coalition spokesman, Turki al-Malki, said the missile attack proves the Houthi rebels' acquisition of new advanced weapons. Russian lawmakers have said a new American military deployment to Poland announced by President Donald Trump would force Moscow to take retaliatory steps. Meanwhile, talking to newsmen, the Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov said Moscow is concerned about Washington's plans of deployment as it reflects attempts to raise military tensions in Europe. The announcement by the American president came ahead of a G20 summit in Japan later this month, at which Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin might meet. And now cricket. In the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019 in Nottingham, the match between India and New Zealand has been delayed due to rain. The match was scheduled to begin at 2:30 in the afternoon, Pakistan Standard Time. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very hot weather has been forecast for eastern Balochistan and center and southern Punjab during the next 24 hours. However, dust thunderstorm with gusty winds is expected at scattered places in Mirpur Khas, Hyderabad and Karachi divisions, while at isolated places in Sakkar, Larkana, Shahid Benazirabad, Kalat and Makran divisions. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.